Hi everyone. I'm off to a rough start. I had to restart because I had some issues with my sound, which was my fault. I totally made my own problem, but I think we're fixed now. Let me just make sure. Okay, got it. We've got sound this time. All right. So anyway, here we are. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Renee. All right, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so it's Tuesday. We're gonna have some fun stamping. I've got some Halloween projects tonight that I'm really excited to show you. It's a really nice night. It's still in the 90s here in San Antonio. Oh, I did have sound last time, Renee. That's funny. I didn't on my iPad, so weird. You know, it's bad enough you have enough problems with Facebook, but then when you cause your own problems on top of it, that's really not okay. Anyway, it's still in the 90s here, so hot and sunny. Prayers to all the people in the South who suffered from that horrible hurricane and are in recovery mode now. My heart just breaks for everyone. It's just really, really tough. All right, so let me organize my thoughts now that I've already messed everything up. And let's start with a share contest, right? So I've been doing a contest. I didn't do it last week. Things were kind of messed up last week. I didn't go on until Thursday. Anyway, so this prize is from 2 weeks ago. I was giving a pair of Stampin' Blends in Crumb Cake away. All you had to do was comment on one of my videos. And so thank you everyone who commented. And the winner from this week is Lisa Sarpolis. Lisa, congratulations. If you send me your address, I will put these in the mail to you. So thank you very much. This week I'm going to give away this beautiful pack of Faceted Gems Trio. And I think these are just really, really pretty. I think they'll be really pretty with some Christmas cards, right? So all you have to do is comment either on one of my 2 Facebook videos or on YouTube. All right, thank you, you guys. Your comments, your likes, your thumbs up, all that stuff really helps, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you so much. Okay, I'm just gonna flip around and let's get started. Now, when I flip around, I'm gonna cause myself more problems, and I'm gonna try and zoom again because I practiced a little last night. I was playing with it earlier this evening before I went live, and I don't know. We'll see. Let me flip it to start with. Very tricky. I've done, of course, a lot more Googling and trying to figure this problem out, which I still have not. So I'm just going to give it a second and see if it gets... Now, right now, I can tell you on my phone, it's good. But I can see on my iPad, it is not zoomed in yet. So I'm just going to play with it for a couple more minutes and see if I can move anything around. Give me a minute here. Okay, zoom out. How do I get that back? I don't know how to bring these controls up. There is a control that you can bring up and it says zoom in or zoom out, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, right now it looks perfect on my phone, but nothing has changed. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Wait, 1, 2. I'm zooming in and out like crazy. It's just not. Let's try this and give it a second and see if it works. If that doesn't work, then I think that's all that's gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna just move on. Okay, so here's what we're making tonight, you guys. I've got this really fun little scrapbook photo album, and I'm going to be using the Playful Ghosts along with the other stuff that we've already used, like the potions and spells this year, and a new stamp set. Okay, so this is just going to open here, and I'll show you the little layouts inside. All right, so this is our first layout in here, a little trick or treat, and it can hold some 3x3 photos. So we would put 2 photos in here with our cute little guys. On this side, we're going to use the flip flap, or they're called the, hold on, let me get the official name, flip flaps, the 3x3 memory protectors. So we're going to play with those tonight. And so we can put 3 photos right here, all lined up on this side. And then on this last page, we've got a 3x4 we can put over here. So that's what we're gonna make tonight. And then the other thing I have to show you is this really fun cookie holder. So I'll show you these cookies in a little bit, but you know, Target makes these decorated cookies that are easy. They're individually wrapped. So we're just gonna make a little cookie box, and then we'll have our little cookie inside. So I think that's really cute. So those are gonna be our projects for tonight. So let me start pulling things out and we'll get started. Let me just tie this one back up and put it aside. Okay, I'm gonna take this ribbon off for now. Okay, so I've got some pictures. I have a couple, look at, I have a couple of, now these aren't from this Halloween, of course, because it hasn't happened, but just some older pictures. I've got a couple of puppy pictures when the pups dressed up as Paw Patrols last year. Last year we were all Paw Patrols for Halloween, right? So that was some of our pictures from then. And then this is a picture from last year, Emmeline at the pumpkin patch. And then these are some of her costumes for this year. She's got a butterfly costume. She's going to be a flamingo. This is stuff in the background is going to get cropped out, right? Easton, I don't know the name of this. I would have to ask Nicole again. I'm not sure the name of this, but it's from Ghostbusters, because my son-in-law Brian is going to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And this is from last year too, when she was trick-or-treating as a Paw Patrol. You can see it snowed last year, so that was fun. All right, so we might put some of the photos in as we go along. We'll see. We're going to be using Playful Ghosts. Have you guys tried this or played with this set yet? It's so cute. These little ghosts, all dressed up, are very, very cute. I love the little boo saying. This extra pumpkin here. Some of these things I didn't even get to use, like these things right here. Potions and Spells, we've already used that one. I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago. Slimer, thank you, Renee. That's who it is. Remember when we did this card with the Potions and Spells? So we're going to play off this a little bit, kind of the same thing. So we're going to use that. And then I brought in this stamp set too. This is from the scrapbooking collection, and it's Halloween Memories. And I love it because he's got these great big what do you call it? Sentiments, right? So on the front here, we're going to use a couple of them. It says Spooky Fun. I thought that was perfect, and I like the fact that it's nice and big for on here. So we're going to use it. These are pretty inexpensive. They're just a stamp set by itself. So, and then of course we're going to use the dies. I think the only die we're really going to use, well, we're going to use a few of them. The cat and the pot and the crow or raven, whatever it is. Okay, also in the album, I also brought in some Nested Essentials dies. We're going to use a couple of these. My weekly favorite, which is Stylish Shapes. We're, of course, going to use some of those. And then this is my favorite die, I think, from this set right here, the Unbounded Love. I just brought in this die right here for a sentiment. Now, lots of pieces to this. If you want to place an order with me this week, you'll get the kit for free, and it'll make both projects. Here's the host code for this week, HRGWWS6J. Order $40 or more by Saturday, and I will send you the things to make this for free. And the thing I wanted to say too is all those other dies, I'm going to, and that would be these right here, the shape dies. I'm going to pre-cut those for you, die cut those for you. So as we're making it, you'll see what's in here, and this is how it's going to come to you in your kit, all cut out like this. You can see what a large stack of things we have here. Okay, so these are all the pieces for the front. So I'm going to kind of deconstruct this. So when it comes to you, I've got each layout inside the section that it goes in. But I'm going to deconstruct it because I want to start by gluing all these cards together. Okay, and doing kind of the base of our set. So I'm just going to pull aside all these other layout pieces and put them over here. So basically what we're starting off with is our regular size card base. So 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have 2 of the basic black and 1 of the pumpkin pie. Okay, and this is going to be basically our album right here. Okay. This one's folded a little weird. Okay, and I'm going to make sure they line up pretty straight. Now, I'm just going to use a little bit of seal, and we're just going to take the back of one and adhere it to the front of another one. So let me get some of this stuff out. I'm also giving you a couple pieces to stamp and color on. Okay, so I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal to put these together. Probably liquid glue would be a good choice too, because you want them to line up. It's more forgiving to use liquid glue because you can smush it around a little. When you're doing it this way, you pretty much need to get it right the first time, or it's going to be a little wonky, right? So I think that looks pretty good. So far, so good. So you can see it's going to open like this. Okay. Now this next one is going to go, again, back of this one to front of this one. I have not done too many mini albums. Have you guys done mini albums before? I really haven't done it. I've mostly just done cards. But I thought, you know, my grandkids are going to be dressed up. I'm going to need a cute little thing to display their photos. And not going to have a ton of photos. I just want to display some of them, right? So I just thought it would be a really cute idea. Okay, so this is kind of what we've got for our base now. All right, so we're going to have our 3 2-page layouts inside. Okay, let's start working on the outside. And what I want to do, I'm going to put this piece down first, okay? So this piece of designer series paper is from, it's separate designer series paper, but it came out with the scrapbooking stuff. And let me show you what it is. It's this right here. It's called Halloween Spells Designer Series Paper. It's got really great, of course, obviously my favorite colors for Halloween, all the purples and the oranges. Not sure about this. I didn't use much of that in here. But look at these great patterns in here. Just, this is perfect Halloween paper. So I'm using paper from, this is where I've pulled all the DSP from, just that one set. Okay. So this right here is 5.5. And I believe it is, this is 3 3/4. But I want it to go right up against the edge here. So again, I'm just going to adhere that, and I'm going to have a little black edge here, and we're going to cover that up. So let's just put our card front down. And again, I want to make sure I line this up right at the edge. Okay. Looking good, right? Now the next thing I want to do, and when I did this one, it was kind of an afterthought, was ribbon. Because, I mean, if you don't want ribbon, you don't have to put ribbon. You really don't need the ribbon. But it was getting a little thick, and I thought I'm going to use a little bit of ribbon to close it. But because it was at the end, I didn't put it underneath, right? So then what I ended up doing was just putting this little strip over so that my ribbon would be hidden and it wouldn't be totally on the outside. So I just slid it under. So we're going to make it the right way tonight. So let me just pull this off so I can just show you what it looked like originally. This is what it looks like. So we're just going to put this on the edge. We're going to have a little edge right here, and this is going to kind of bind where you can see we have the 3 edges. We're just going to make a little binding for it, okay? So we're just going to use a piece of pumpkin pie, and it's 5.5, and it is 1.5 inches, and we're going to score it at 5/8 and 7/8. So it is 1.5. So right in the middle, you can see I can line it on both sides. So it's just 1/4 inch from the one. All right. And I'm just going to move it over just 1/8. So this is, and I'm going to score it. Okay. And then I'm going to move it the other way. So back to the starting point and move it over 1/8 this way. And then score it again. I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, so now you can see we have our edge, although this came out a little bit thicker this time, I feel like. Maybe not. Anyway, the official score line is 5/8 and 7/8. So you can see how it's kind of folded like that. Let me just get the bone folder out. And then I am going to use glue because I want to make sure this gets positioned properly. So since we're going to do ribbon again, I'm going to pull out some of this iridescent trim, which is really pretty. And I'm just going to add it first. I want to make sure I have long enough to tie it. Okay, and I'm just going to adhere it with just a little bit of adhesive right here to just kind of hold it. And of course the glue is going to hold it as well. Okay, so now we've got our ribbon, if you choose to have ribbon. All right, next I'm going to add some adhesive to this, and then we'll get it going. Okay. Whoa. That's coming out really fast. All right. Somehow, I feel like I messed up a little bit on the scoring. All right, I'm just going slow, and I do feel like I messed up on the scoring. You know what, I'm gonna redo. Sorry, hold on. Let me see, is this long enough? 5.5. Let me do it again. I'm not sure what I did. So 1.5 by 5.5. I think I was just supposed to go 1 over instead of 2 over. So let me try again. I just go 1/16 over. That's where I made my mistake. And then we'll go back the other way, because I want it just to be like 1/8 inch thick. Okay, that's better. Let's try that again, sorry. I remember last time from when I made it too, it's a little bit harder to fold when it's that skinny too. Okay, now you can see we've got a much skinnier binding edge. Can you see that like that? All right. I feel like this is the tricky part. Once this is good, the rest is easy because it's just laying down paper. All right, see how much easier that goes on now? And I can just kind of hold it in place and let it dry, and we have a beautiful edge seam on the end. Okay, all right, now we'll come back and do the outside at the end. So let's open it up and start doing our first layout inside, okay? Actually, let's do the outside because I want to make sure that dries before I open it up. Okay, so all we're going to do on this one is we are going to stamp and color on the white, and these are the Stylish Shapes dies. So I've got, I'm sorry, these are the, what do you call them? Nested Essentials dies. So the biggest one in the pumpkin pie and the next biggest one in basic white. All right, so this is just going to go on here. This piece right here is just a basic white, and this is 3 7/8 by 1 1/4 inch. All right, we're going to do Spooky Fun on there, and then we're just going to do our little ghost. So let's start with Spooky Fun and get that done. And I want to make sure I get this super inked up because it's a big, big font. All right. Gonna press it down really hard. All right, Spooky Fun, we've got that. That looks cute. And then the little pumpkin guy. We're gonna get out some blends and color this cute little guy. Now, there's a lot of coloring in this because we use a lot of these little figures, so I'm not going to color everything tonight. I'll go over the colors with you, but you do not want to see me color everything tonight. It'll take us 2 years to get done. So I'm just starting with some dark pumpkin pie and just kind of going around the edges. They don't have to be exact because we're just going to fill in with the light anyway. So, whoops, but try not to go out of the lines. You can go too far in the lines, just don't go out. And then we'll just hit it a couple times at the top like that. And then we're just going to blend it in. Kind of fill it in a little bit in the spots where I got not close enough. So I'm going to be going to Chicago twice in October. Next week I'm going to go, kind of went out of the lines a little bit on a couple places. Let me get out my color lifter right away so it dries before I add any more colors. You can see I went out here and here. Anyway, so next week on Thursday, I'm going to go to Chicago. And then Friday night, we're going to drive to Cedar Point again in Ohio, in Sandusky. And we're going to do the Hallow Weekends, I think it's called. I don't know, I get confused. They all have their own name for what it is, but I think it's Hallow Weekends. So we'll go there Friday and come home Monday, and then I'll fly back Monday night. So they have so much to do there for the kids, you know, and it'll be really fun that we're all going to go. And of course, ride the roller coasters in addition to all the haunted houses and all the other kids' fun. So it should be a good time. All right. More light pumpkin pie blending up here. Not my best coloring work tonight. If I could just stay in the lines, that'd be great. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more color lifter to see if I can salvage any of this right here. And it just, as long as it lightens up a little, we're going to put yellow over that anyway, so it'll be fine. Oh, and I need to just do a little bit more, just one quick layer of pumpkin pie in the eyes, like right there. Okay. Okay, Granny Apple Green for the stem of the pumpkin top. And I use just a tiny bit of Flirty Flamingo Light just to do the little ghost tongue inside the mouth. Okay, then I took some Smoky Slate Light. I'm going to be looking for that later. Hold on. Some Smoky Slate Light, and I'm just going to do around the edge of the ghost just to add a little bit of definition, just on both sides, just like that. All right, I'm just going to color lift one more time, just this little part right here. See if I can lighten that up just a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to take some dark Lemon Lolly and just do the inside of the eyes and the mouth. Okay, that's it. Our ghost is finished. We're just going to adhere this to this part right here. We'll pop this up on the front. We'll pop both these things up, and then the front's going to be done. Then we'll go on to our first open spread. All right, so we're going to put this right across the front, just on an angle like that. This is going to go right here, and the ribbon can just slide under it. Okay, that's it. We'll add a couple of embellishments at the end. We'll do all the embellishments at the same time, but that's kind of our cover. Okay, so now we're going to do this inside right here. Let me open it up here so I can see. And the next layers, we're just going to keep it really simple. All right, what we're going to need is, you can see in here, we've got the little vampire ghost and the little witch ghost. So let's just stamp our images. Like I said, I'm not going to color everything because, yeah, nobody wants to see that. And we all know how to color, and I didn't do a ton of shading. Most of it is just flat out coloring. But here's what we're going to need to do. So we're going to need to do the vampire. We're going to need to do the witch. And there aren't any dies for this, so these have to be fussy cut out. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to do a cat from the Potions and Spells. So I'm just doing everything at once. Okay, so we've got that. Whoa. And then for the other page, we're going to do the books. And we're going to do the crow. How are we doing on room here? I'm a little sticky already because I got some glue. Hold on. See if I can fix that a little bit. Maybe making it worse. Okay, so the crow. Okay, and then we're also going to need the little bubbles. So actually you can fit everything on one. And I'm just leaving a little space at the bottom because when I cut this out, I want to have a little bit to be able to glue to the back of the pot. All right. So all these get to be colored, and let me just kind of go over the colors with you, okay, that I used for everything. So for this little guy right here, I used Highland Heather, light and dark, and then I used Pumpkin Pie here, just 2 colors on this little guy, and then I used a little Smoky Slate to outline again. You can see the little bit of Smoky Slate outlining this guy. So that's all I did to color him. This one I went with an orange cape. I did the outline in Smoky Slate again. And then I just layered colors here from the light Pumpkin Pie, Granny Apple Green, Highland Heather. I did a little bit of the dark Pumpkin Pie on the one that you're going to see in a minute that I already cut out. I did a little bit of Pecan Pie and a little bit of Crumb Cake for the broom. Very simple coloring, right? A little bit of Flirty Flamingo for the mouth again. The cat, I did a combination of the basic black blends in light basic black and then the dark Smoky Slate to make our cat a little bit darker. A little Flirty Flamingo for the nose. That was it. Did a little bit of shading with this one, a little bit of blending with the cat. The crow, I did the same thing. Actually, this is, I apologize, I lied. This is Smoky Slate, dark and light Smoky Slate. Okay. This is where I took in the basic black and made it darker and then used the dark Smoky Slate on the bird and a little bit of Pumpkin Pie on the feet. And you can see that I just used Granny Apple Green and the Pumpkin Pie. And then I added a little bit of the black to the stripes right there and a little bit of the dark Smoky Slate just to the book bindings here. And again, Highland Heather, same color. And then the last thing that gets colored are these bubbles. And you can see I just kind of mix it up with, again, same exact colors, Pumpkin Pie, Highland Heather, Granny Apple Green, and then I added a little Melon Mambo just to add a little bit more color. These little star things I did in the dark Lemon Lolly again. Okay, so that's kind of how we're doing the coloring tonight. There are dies to cut out this, this, and this. I fussy cut this out, and then I fussy cut these little guys out as well. So let me pull all those pieces out. All right, so we've got bubbles, we've got the vampire, and we've got the flying ghost. We have the crow, we have the black cat, we have the books. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So I'm going to put these pieces aside. All right, now just doing the assembly part, that's pretty easy, right? So for our first layers, we've got 2 pieces, 5 1/4 by 4, and this is from that DSP, and this is just the pumpkin pie dotted part of the DSP. So those are going to go on either side centered. So one there. Whoops, hold on. No good. Let me pull it down a little so I can see better. All right, so there's the beginning of it. Now, I've got 2 pieces of gorgeous grape. And let's see, these 2 pieces are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm just gonna put those down with adhesive also on an angle, kind of close to the top. All right. This one may be a little bit lower. Okay. We're going to use our vampire and our flying witch ghost. And I'm just going to use a dimensional to put both of these on, but I want to leave enough room so that, oh, here's my dimensionals, that I can still slide my photo underneath. So I'm going to kind of put it towards his head a little bit and put it right up here. Now I can slide my photo underneath. Okay. And this one, same thing. I want to leave enough room so I can still put my photo. So these are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, so it's going to be a 3 by 3 photo. I'm not including this in your kit. I took this out of the scrapbooking kit, these little like placeholders or whatever for your folders. These don't come with, just put your photo in. So let's just take a couple photos and just put them in just for the heck of it. Let's just do Emmeline's, let's do her, that costume, and let's see. Let's do her flamingo costume. So let's see if we can just cut these down to 3 by 3. We're going to cut a little bit off that way. And we don't need, let's see, we need to crop out the laundry, right? Let's do that. And now we're doing a nice even 3 by 3. All right, so we have one photo. And let's do, I just printed these quickly after work. Obviously, I will take more care and more time and pick photos after Halloween and then populate my book. But for the sake of tonight's video, we're just going to quickly do a couple. And I won't put pictures in all the spots because you don't want to watch me cut all my pictures either. All right. Let's add a little adhesive. And kind of center that in there. There's one. Oh, see what I said to do? I didn't do it right. I shouldn't have put this. This one had to be lower. Let me pull this off and do it the right way. If you have your pictures ready, then you can just, you could even add 2 dimensionals if you wanted to, and it'll hold everything in place. So we want to go more towards the bottom on this one. Okay. All right, we want to do a little stamping. I'm giving you 2 little pieces of basic white to do stamping on. This cute little one here is very tiny. And let's see if I can see, there's a lot of white pieces, so give me a second to look up. It's 1 by 1/2 inch, 1 by 1/2 inch. And this other one, let me just see here, is 3 3/4 by 1 inch. All right, so we're going to get out another big sentiment from that new stamp set. And this one says trick or treat. And I'm doing it in gorgeous grape. if you scrapbook at all, I feel like these stamps are a must. And then let's do the Boo. And this is from the Playful Ghosts stamp set. All right, again in Gorgeous Grape. And then I'm just gonna put these down without dimensionals. Now I don't wanna start adding a bunch of bulk on the inside, so that's why I'm trying not to add too much. I know I added dimensionals here, but I don't wanna add too much bulk on the inside because then it's gonna get really fat. So Trick or Treat here and Boo over here. All right, so there we go. We've got one inside layout done. Let's go on to the next one. So for this next one, this is what this one's looking like. And so we're going to use some of this cool DSP again with the potions and spells. So this side we're just decorating. This side we're going to do our photos. Okay. So let me get out the pieces. Okay. All right. So on this side over here, I have the piece of DSP, and this is 3 inches by 5.5. And then this is 5.5 by 3.5. Okay, so these are just going to layer up. Now, on this one, I left a little room up here. That's up to you. I think this time I'm going to make it go all the way to the top and the bottom. And the reason I did that the first time was because I wanted it to mirror the other side. But then I decided I don't really care about that. So I'm just going to line these up to go top to bottom exactly. All right. Let's try and keep everything even. So if you have anything hanging over, let's trim it up. And then we'll just put this right down the middle. Cute paper, right? Love it. Let's take our cat. Up to you if you want to pop it up and add bulk, or if you just want to glue it down. I'm going to pop it up a little. Again, I'm trying not to add bulk, but on the other hand, because it's against this busyness, I want it to just pop up a little bit, just to stand out a little bit. Except I keep losing my dimensionals. Here they are. No picture on this side, so I can get crazy with dimensionals. All right. Hi there. Hi you guys. Hi everybody. Hi Jolene. Hi Lisa. All right, I wasn't even paying attention to the comments. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do on that side. This side over here, we're gonna use another beautiful piece, 5 1/4 by 4 of the DSP. This one is just the basic black with these little stars on it. And we're just gonna center this. Then we're gonna add our flip flaps. Have you guys used these before? Have you ordered them yet? I think they're really cool and they're super easy to use. So I have 3 of them. So this is how they come. They come in this little packet and there's 12 pieces in the packet. So all you're gonna do is just remove the adhesive, and the side that has the adhesive obviously is the side that goes down, and then your flap is on this side. So what I'm gonna do is start at the bottom, and I just wanna leave, I want it in the middle, but I wanna leave just a little tiny bit at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it like that. All right, now I've got my first one on. Then I'm just gonna layer them right on top of each other. Ugh, sorry, they're very staticky, the little tape should take off. And I wanna leave maybe 1/4 of an inch here, and then put that one on top, and then we're gonna do one more. Nicole says, Emmeline said, her making me. Yes, Emmeline, I'm doing a scrapbook with you in it. You are the star of this. But your brother's in it too. Easton has to be in it too. Okay, so there we go. There's our flap, so we can put our 3 photos in here. All right. And now on the top, I've got a couple more pieces. So using the Stylish Shapes dies, I have this white piece right here and this Granny Apple, and I'm just going to do a little hocus pocus. And that is from the Potions and Spells. I'm just going to do it in basic black, memento black, right in the middle. All right, now so you can see right at the top, you can see the adhesive here. So I wanted to cover that up. That's why I wanted to put this on here. But I want to make sure I have enough room so that it's not going to interfere when it flips up. And it looks like I do. So I can actually take this whole thing and line it right up at the top here. And then I still have enough room to flip it up. When I did my first one, I didn't have enough room. So I ended up cutting the top and the bottom off of the die cut piece. Okay, this one I spaced out a little bit better. I mean, this is only the second time I've done it. Now, the other thing is you're going to see with this, you're going to see the little corners sticking out. So if you don't want to see the corners, now is the time. Just lift them up a little bit and just cut the corners off. So I'm just going to cut the corner off because I don't want to really see it. Try not to cut my nail off. Oh, I just got my nails done yesterday. I do not want to do that. All right, and let me lift this up and just cut. Yeah, I know I'm being super crazy picky right now, but why not? All right, let's just glue these on, not popping them up. Just center this one in here. All right. Let's cut up one more photo too, because I think Easton needs a little time. I'm going to line this right up at the top here and make sure it's even. Okay, just like that, so you can see. And you can see where I cut the corner off so that's not showing here. All right, we got our flaps. Let's do a 3x3 really quick of Mr. Easton and see if we can fit him in here. Here he is, all looking cute and green. So this is again, these flip flaps hold 3x3 photos. All right. So you can see now this will just flip right in here. And then you can put your other two photos underneath. Let me just tuck it a little bit more. You can put your other two photos underneath, and you can flip all of your photos up in your album there and look at all your different photos. Okay. All right. So lay out page 1, page 2. Let's move on to the last one here. And on this one, we're just going to do just a picture frame over here with the books and the little crow, and then we're going to just do this. This is just going to be decorative on this side. So just one 3x4 photo over here. Okay. All right. So for this one, here are pieces and some more of that gorgeous DSP. Look at these little bubbles and like little sparkly stars. So, so, so cute. I wish I would have had that when I did my first card class with the Potions and Spells, because it's just coordinates so nicely. So 5 1/4 by 4 on these. Again, just going to be centered on our little album. Whoa, I keep doing that on the second page. Let me do it this way. That's an easier way to do it than trying to figure out what the middle fold is when it's black like that. Okay, cute. Love this paper. Yeah, you guys, I'm still far away. I played with it and played with it. I'm not sure what to do about it at this point. Unless I get maybe a different stand that gets closer. That might be an alternative. Maybe I should shop on Amazon this week and see what I can find. All right, I'm getting a drink, hold on. Okay, so we have some of our pieces for this so far. We have our books, we have our crow. Now we need our cauldron, our little pot. This is just 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And this is just going to be what holds your photo. So we might as well, let's just finish this side first. Okay. So this is going to kind of go just in the middle. We can put our photo right in there. And then we're going to just glue his feet to the tops of the books. Hold on. A little bit of adhesive here. Just like that. I'm going to add more bulk and pop this up again. As soon as I find my dimensionals again. Hold on. Here we go. Put one here to kind of hold that in. And just at the bottom, we'll put them because, again, I want to leave some room to slide the picture in later. All right, just like that, we'll put our photo there. Okay, now we need a cauldron, and we're gonna do like we did in that card that we made before. So I'm just gonna take the cauldron stamp it in Versamark. We are going to heat and emboss it in silver. I just like the way it looks like that. I bet it would look good in copper too. I hardly ever use, you know, the metallics emboss powder comes in 3 colors, silver, gold, and copper, and I hardly ever use the copper. And that would probably look really cool with the cauldron. Do you guys ever use copper emboss paste? I'm kind of liking, you know, that paper pumpkin kit we did with, it's got the copper accents, like the copper foiling, kind of really inspired me to add, I want to add copper into my fall, like, color theme now for cards and stuff. All right, but we're going to go with silver because that's what we designed this with. Don't ask me why I feel the need to always do 2 layers. You don't need to. It makes no sense. Not necessary. All right, let me get the brush because I feel like I've got a couple little things that need to be lifted off here. All right. Time to use the heat. Okay, pretty, right? Doesn't it look pretty? Yeah, Renee, I'm with you. I think the copper looks really good. Kind of, I've underutilized copper. I need to use it more. Okay, so take your die cut from this, your die, and do the die cutting. So cut the cauldron out. So we have one cut out right here already. Let's glue our bubbles to the inside, our colorful little bubbles. And then we're just going to lay this flat. So let me just add some adhesive. And we'll put it kind of in the middle, or maybe a little bit off to the right, like that, because we want to make sure we have enough room for our sentiment. Hold on. Too much powder. Powder and glue, not a good combination. All right. Our label, let us stamp that. Hold on, got some stuff on it. Let me clean that up a little bit, or grab another label if I need to. I think I can save this one. Okay. This one we're gonna do, again in Memento, Double Double Toil and Trouble. Such a cute little saying, right? And then we're just gonna take a couple of those little star things and add them. Let me just see how I want it to look. I think like this. There's one, and we'll put one right here. All right, a little heavy-handed with that, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the dark lemon lolly and just color in just these little tiny stars right here. And then we will glue this down. Then all we have left to do is add a couple of embellishments. And I'm using the adhesive backed shiny sequins, which is from the Zinnia set. Okay, so, and you can see this is, again, I just have a placeholder here to put the photo. So that's where your photo is gonna go in there. All right. So back to the front, let's get some of these shiny sequins out and put a few embellishments on. So these are good colors, right? Although I feel like my orange faded a little bit. This orange doesn't look that orange anymore. And you've got yellow, and then the green looks like Granny Apple. So these coordinate pretty nicely, right? Okay, did we use sequins anywhere else in here? I don't think I used any other embellishments. I don't think it needed any. If you wanted to, you could add a couple sequins in here, around here, but otherwise I really feel like it kind of didn't really need any. All right, so that's it. That is the album. I would still need to go back and add some more photos to finish it up, but otherwise, pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Let's just tie it up. I didn't do the best job of keeping this even here with my ribbon, but I'm sure that when you make yours, it'll be more even. But let's just trim it up. Okay. That's it, you guys. That's our little album. All right, let's move on to our cookie box. So, have you guys seen these cookies at Target? So they sell them individually. You can get them individual, or when I was there, they were already sold out of the ghosts and stuff, so you couldn't get them individually. So I got this 8 count, and gosh, they're so darn cute. So you have the ghosts, like I'm using for this, but you also have a Frankenstein, a little bat, and a pumpkin. So aren't these cookies just the cutest? I just got those at Target. So we're gonna make a little cookie box holder for our cookie. And it's very simple, and we're using this little pumpkin guy again on the front. All right, and so this would be a nice gift for somebody if you gave them the cookie box, and the it would be a good gift for a grandma or a mom, right? And the little thing to hold the pictures. You could even give it to them with pictures in it. I'm sure anybody would appreciate that. Or this would also be good for class treats for Halloween, or office treats for Halloween to give to your coworkers who would like a nice big Halloween cookie, right? Okay, so let's get out the pieces for this. So the other thing that I've added for this, let me straighten up a little bit, is these Spotlight on Nature dies. And I think these are currently not available, but hopefully you guys have these, because these are really awesome. So we're going to use this one right here to do the white, and then this inner one to do Gorgeous Grape. So those two. This comes with a lot. I love this die set. These circles are awesome. So many choices to use. Okay, so we're going to start with this big piece right here. And this is pumpkin pie cardstock, and this is 10 3/4 by 5 3/4. So you're just going to take your 8.5 by 11 and just cut off 1/4 inch, so you have 10 3/4 this way, and then make it 5 3/4. So on this side right here, this I guess, which is technically the short side, right? But I was thinking it was the long side because it's the long one. So you're going to go 3/4 here and 3/4 here, and technically it's 3/4 and 5 inches. That's the technical when I do my scoring, I have a scoring board. I never use it. I always do it on my my thing, and rather than just doing it like a normal person and doing half and then 5, I always like do half and then I flip it around and do, you know, so it's 3/4 on this side, then I flip it around and do 3/4 on that side. That's just the way I do it. It doesn't make any sense. I can't help it. So then on this side right here, which is actually the long side, I need to flip that in my instructions. We've got 3/4, 5, 5 3/4, and 10. Okay, but all of these are 3/4 of an inch here. All right, very simple box. So once you've got that, let's just do all our folding and burnishing, and then we'll do a little bit of cutting, and then it's super easy to assemble this box. So when I make my boxes, I always get out my little thing, right? And I'm just kind of doing my measurements, and I always start with the first one is always this. So I needed it to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 because that's how big the cookie was. And then I wanted 3/4 because it was pretty thick, so half isn't going to be enough. So I figured 3/4 of an inch. And so then I started adding that around the edge. So that's kind of how I do my my boxes. Just kind of sketch them out and figure it out, and sometimes I have to do it once or twice to get it right, or I tweak it so I want it just a little bit more this way, but my boxes are pretty simple. I don't get too fancy with them. They're pretty straight lined, and okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut on this side right here, okay? So we're gonna just cut here and here on all the lines. Now I'm gonna just do a little piece of pie right here and here in the middle. Now on this piece, I'm just gonna start by cutting it straight, but I'm gonna make this the top. So I'm actually gonna cut off a bigger piece of pie on these, because when this folds down, I want it to have that pretty edge, okay? And over on this side, same thing. All right, now we're just gonna go the other side and repeat everything the same way. Cutting this way, skinny little piece of pie here. And then on this one, the bigger piece of pie. And same thing here. Okay, so let me get all these little pieces out of the way and let me lay it down so you can kind of see how it looks, okay? So you can see now how it looks. If you want to, let's do a little tiny piece of pie on this one too. Just a little bit. Just to keep it neat. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. This is gonna be the top flap. This is gonna be the bottom. So let's start by gluing the bottom together. So these little flaps are gonna go on the inside. So I'm gonna fold them and just put some glue on this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we're just gonna do our very simple little box. So I'm gonna fold this up, and I want it to be straight. And I'm just gonna hold it for a minute. Now you can use, I know when Erica's one of my uplines, when she does her boxes, she uses the little clothespins, and I have some of those. But sometimes I feel like if you just hold it for a second too, that works pretty good. Someday I'll drag out my little baby cute little clothespins to do my project. Excuse me. My throat is so dry. Okay. So that's it. We're gonna let that dry for a minute so you can see how our cookie's gonna fit in there nice. And then this is gonna be the lid that's gonna fold down like that. All right, let's let it dry. In the meantime, let's get out the rest of the pieces. This is how it's gonna come to you if you get the kit this week. Okay, so we're gonna start with a basic black layer, and this is 4 by 4. And then the Halloween Spells DSP again. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let's just adhere that down. Okay. Our 2 circles, let me finish punching out all these little pieces. This die is really cute. I really like it. But if you're doing a bunch of them and you have to punch out all these little things, not only does it make a mess, especially when you're die cutting them all too, but it's a lot of little pieces. But worth it, right? Definitely worth it. Okay, super cute. All right, let me get all these little pieces out of the way. All right, and here is our other, so we're just gonna adhere that on for our little layer. Okay, now we're gonna need some pieces to go on here, and I don't wanna put this on here because I need to put the ribbon on first. But what we're gonna do then is stamp the ghost, and then there's a separate pumpkin. Let me show you. This one is separate, and we're gonna color the pumpkin and the ghost exactly the way we did before. Okay, so here's that little guy again, just like we did, and the pumpkin is very similar. So we've got those pieces right there. Okay, next I have the little trick or treat, and that is also from the Playful Ghosts, and I'm just going to stamp that in pumpkin pie. And this is from the Stylish Shapes. It's the smallest square. Not too many pieces to this, so if you had to do a bunch of these would be easy. Trick or treat. All right. So let us pop this up. This I'm just going to do flat. And we'll do that right about here. And then we'll pop these things up. So many things, you guys, starting today, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to show you a couple things as soon as we're finished here. So I hope you stick around just to see kind of what's going on, because I think there's lots of super fun things. Has anybody seen the new online exclusives for demonstrators that went live today? Customers will be able to order them in November. But if you're a demonstrator, you can get them now, and they are just cuteness. So many things. I was surprised at how many things there were. Did you guys look this morning? Amazing. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what we want to do next, let's put our cookie in. I think our box is pretty dry. So we'll just put our cookie in there. I'm going to tuck the sides in. And I just like, you can tuck this flap in too. I just like the way it looks, just kind of hanging out over the side. All right. I'm just going to adhere this down next. And then we're going to put a piece of ribbon to kind of keep it together. We're going to use that same ribbon, which is this beautiful iridescent ribbon. The iridescent, I think, is really Halloween-y, very, very pretty. Do you guys remember last year when we had all that glow-in-the-dark stuff? We had the glow-in-the-dark papers and the glow-in-the-dark embellishments. I feel like those would coordinate really well with this ribbon too, because it's not glow-in-the-dark, but the iridescence almost looks like glow-in-the-dark, doesn't it? Anyway, I was going to say too, there's also a join special, so if you'd like to become a demonstrator, you can add the new online exclusive products as part of your join, the products that you pick out when you join. So options there too. So lots of new promotions starting today. Okay, so that's kind of how we're keeping it closed right now. So we've got our ribbon. Now we can pop this up right here. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the top and the bottom. Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry, and I wish you luck. My thoughts will be with you. Okay, let's add a couple more of those sequins. Oops. Come on. And let's see, I'm going to put the green one here. I think we'll just use a couple little ones. Just like that. All right, that's it. That is our box, cookie box. Super cute, right? I like it. I like it. I have to figure out who I want to give these to. I have a feeling I need to bring some of these to Chicago with me, right? Okay, so we have our album. Super fun. We have our cookie boxes. So again, if you would like to get the pieces, the kit to make these fun projects this week, just place the order $40 or more at my website. Use the host code if your order is under $150, and I will put this in the mail and send you the pieces. Not the cookie. The cookie will get all broken up, but you can get it at Target. All right. I'll give you 3 of these flip flaps too, of course, so you can complete your project. So you'll get 3 of these in your kit so you can complete your album. I will not send you pictures of Emmeline. Just kidding. All right, you guys. If you would like the project and measurement sheet, this will go out in my email tomorrow. I do have all the pictures for the insides too in this sheet, so you can see what the layouts look like as we go along. All right. Starter kit special, you guys. This is what I was just talking about. If you would like to join Stampin' Up, just for the discount, whatever you want to do, you can do as much or as little as you like. I joined for the discount, and I still love getting the discount, which is great. If you want any information about that, email me, message me, text me. I'll be happy to go over it with you. But you can pick out $155 worth of products, anything you want, for $99. And this is good the whole month if you want to join my team. And just to mention, if you join my team, you're also a part of Deborah Harrison and Erica Serwin's team. You would be their 2nd level and 3rd level downline, because I am under Deborah Harrison and Deborah's under Erica. So I am Erica's 2nd level downline, and Deborah, of course, is my direct upline. So I'm her 1st level downline. So you're not just joining one team, you're joining more than one team, which is great because it's super fun. The meetings are great. Okay, kits collection, you guys, went on sale, up to 30% off the kits in the kits collection, right? Super fun. So if there's any kits out there you didn't get or you want to get another one, great bargain on that. And then I also have, there's 2 more kits to show you. I hope I can't remember if I got those or not. We'll see. Paper Pumpkin, 40% off your first month when you join Paper Pumpkin. That ends October 10th. This is the code holiday40 when you go to paperpumpkin.com. So that's fun too. This Winterly Treetops, I think is the name of it. That's a fun set, and it coordinates with that. So getting into Christmas now with Paper Pumpkin. Here's a couple of the sweets from the new online exclusives that started today for demonstrators. So we'll be starting to get our projects ready to show you guys once you're able to order. Okay, 2 new kits. Alpine Air, that looks really pretty. I love the colors of this. So this is a new, it's got stamps at all these fun things. What is the stamp inside? I can't read it from here, but it's some kind of blue, and it looks like Misty Moonlight. It's gorgeous. This is a beautiful stamp set. Then the other one, the kit that came out today, is a look back kit, and it's this beautiful little spiral notebook, and look at all this ephemera and stickers, sequins, all these things to decorate, almost like a little scrapbook again, which is awesome. This is so cute and so pretty. I have not placed an order yet today, but I am going to when I'm finished with my work tonight. Put in my order for a lot of these beautiful online exclusives. I don't know if we're supposed to show all these, but there are just so many. I guess kind of I have this for my reference, but there's like the back of a wedding car kit, an umbrella. Like there's so many online exclusives. Like I said, I'm going to place an order today, so by next week, I should be able to show you some of these kits in person. I can tell you this color wheel that we got it on stage, that is in the online exclusive, so you can order your very own color wheel. So that's going to be great. Okay, that was a lot of information, right? Holy cow. All right. Thank you guys very much. Lisa, here's the host code here. It's HRGWWS6J. You guys, thank you so much. It was great spending time with you. I will be live next Tuesday because I don't go to Chicago till Thursday. So I'll see you guys again next Tuesday. I don't know what we're doing yet. I feel like I need to do one more fall before we start doing Christmas. So we'll see. Have a great rest of the week, you guys. Have a great weekend. And thank you so much for joining me. It's been great. All right. Bye-bye.